Good morning, Crypto Chaos. Good morning, good morning. Wake up, guys. Smoke that coffee. It's a good day. It's a good day. We're finally back. Looks like with the Iran war possibly resolved. It was a crazy night last night, and it's still going on. How you guys doing this morning? How you guys doing? Good morning. G-Dog in the house, EZ, Rugrat, Andy, Brandon White, and more. Good morning, good morning. Yo, it looks like Andy bought the dip. He bought the Gwei dip, but he's not Gwei. Yes, willing to try. Really? Whoa. I did not know that was up your alley, Andy. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning. Good morning, peeps. Good morning. Yeah, it looks like Gwei is down to dollar. I mean, not dollar. 14 cents now. 14.8. Not a bad place to buy in right now on a pullback. Of course, it was just at 21 or something crazy just last week. We got a lot of stuff to, of course, cover this morning. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Looks like Bloomberg is talking about rates, and, of course, Kevin Warsh coming out. This week, guys, is the week. On Wednesday, we're going to have Kevin Warsh out as our new Fed chair. We have, of course, the Iran deal front and center here in pretty much every news site this morning. Vance says a lot about Iran deal details to figure out, but the U.S. has all the cards. And I don't trust anything that our administration says outright. U.S. Iran deal explained, and the deal details to figure out, but the U.S. has all the cards. Let's see what we know and what remains unresolved as of right now this morning. And again, we got about 8 minutes till that opening bell. Let's see if we can get into some of the deets before the morning bell opens. Bitcoin sitting right now at 66,800. Jeez, wow. I mean, I just woke up, made some coffee. It was 65.8, I think. It already shot up another $1,000 since I got my coffee made. Nuts. Could this be, again, the double bottom? The final bottom. Overall market cap right now sitting at over 2.2 trillion. I think last time I updated the Chaos Crew last night, it was like 2.23, right? So the overall market cap for crypto looking better already, of course, in the morning of Monday. 2.28 now, guys. Whoa!
We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning.
That is insane. Pretty quick rip there. Let's take a look and see where we got to really go. We got to get back above 2332, and then possibly by the end of the week, maybe retest 2.5. This relief rally could it could be short-lived, guys. It could be short-lived. We are getting into the end of the month. We do have Kevin Warsh in 2 days, right? Technically 3 days, whatever. We gotta get through this day first. And then yeah, we do have the options expiry for Bitcoin next week. So by the end of the month, we could still see some lower prices. I was originally hoping before this deal was made, I would see a little bit more of an oversold area for Bitcoin. Rip that band-aid off, and let's just get on with the rest of the year. It could be just happening. Again, we've already fallen to our range low on our bear case scenario for back, of course, at the end of August. I mean, April. At the end of April, I kind of predicted this was kind of the area we were going to kind of come back to on a recovery or on a pullback, on a correction, because the entire month of April we did nothing but up. So it is possible this is finally the bottom, the double bottom we've been waiting for. We could still, of course, go lower if anything were to happen. They could just, snub their noses to the deal. I mean, the deal could be dropped at any moment for whatever reason. There's still, again, details to work out. How you guys doing this morning? Gwei, G-Dog in the house says, Gwei for pay. Gwei for pay? All right, let's take a look at Gwei this morning. You guys keep talking about Gwei. Gwei now sitting at 14 cents 7, having a bit of a pullback, and did rip down to 13.7 in the early trading hours this morning. Again, if you're looking at this, pretty good option area to buy the dip. Ethereum also ripping up with this. On the news with Bitcoin now sitting at 17 hundo and some change. Every chart looks pretty much like Bitcoin. Again, that little so far little Nike swoosh this morning. Again, the idea is that we're going to create a little bit of a cup and handle and then work our way out of this. It's still going to take us about 2 weeks to get hopefully back above 80K. All right, we'll see how much we really rip though. All right. Let's get back into it. Doomberg this morning talking about Kim Morsh.
Television.
I can't snap this anymore. I apologize, guys. It looks like Bloomberg updated their rules on their website or on their YouTube page. So we can only catch Bloomberg on the fly, just like we do with CNBC. Let's get back into let's see what's going on with the headlines. We'll finish that up, and then we do have about 3 minutes, and they're going to open the bell for us on Doomberg. All right, let's do that real quick. I guess we can get one more statement.
On our hands, up 1 1/3% for the S&P, up more than 2% for the Nasdaq after we just barely eked out gains last week. This week, it's about a resolution to the war in Iran. We're going to begin the trading day in just moments with Robinhood's Stephanie Guild right after your opening bell. Stay with us.
Damn, Robinhood right out the gate.
Open interest.
When will then be now? Soon.
Oh no! Damn it, Cliff! Thank you so much for that $2 super chat to remind me I was muted. Damn it! All right, I'll give you the quick version of what I just said. Stranger Formula is now open. Not really officially, but the ships are actually moving through, and Michael Seller, of course, has purchased more Bitcoin as of this morning. Short version. Thank you so much, Cliff, for the $2 super chat for letting me know, man. It's still too damn early this morning. Damn it! All right, we do have the opening bell, guys. It's coming up. It's coming up here in about a minute. Oh, Jesus. I just can't get awake yet. More coffee.
The start of trading. This is Bloomberg Open Interest. I'm Matt Miller. Take a look at futures. We're rallying more than 1%, 1/3% on S&P futures after an agreement was made with Iran, a memorandum of understanding to sign a pact, a 60-day extension of the ceasefire on Friday, Juneteenth. Vice President Vance expected to sign that. Maybe President Trump will, as well as he is over in Europe. Right now, NASDAQ futures up 2.25%. You have a group of maritime holdings companies ringing the bell on the New York Stock Exchange. They're so indescript. But basically, they move liquefied natural gas, they move oil, they move everything that we want to get flowing through the Strait of Hormuz, so they're a happy bunch of middle-aged white men there, and another bunch of middle-aged white men here at RRE Ventures. It's a SPAC. There's a few women.
I'm counting
there.
7
Everyone's
in total.
middle-aged.
In total from
both
50 bell ringers here.
7 in total. Yeah, we can do better.
Got a long way to go, baby.
A long way to go. This morning, I am looking at NVIDIA. Look, NVIDIA's rallying with the rest of tech, the rest of the market. That's why it's up 2.25%. They also, though, kicked off their first corporate bond offering in 5 years. They're looking to raise at least $20 billion. This question has come up. Why tap the bond markets if you are a cash-generating machine like NVIDIA? Maybe, Matt, the answer is because you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Paul Sweeney, formerly an investment banker, now anchoring Bloomberg Radio as we speak, always says you get the money when you can, not when you need it. And it looks like that's what they're doing at NVIDIA. SpaceX rising following its blockbuster debut, the biggest IPO in world history. Shares closed 19% higher on Friday, turning Elon Musk into the world's first trillionaire. They're up another 8% today at about $174 a share. Let's bring in Robinhood Chief Investment Officer Stephanie Guild. And while everybody was eager to get these shares, it was, I imagine, retail mania. What was the week?
We got Robinhood this morning.
It was a wild week. Obviously, we offered it as many other retailers did, but we had we had record volumes on Friday. I will say that. Having to do I don't know if anyone can hear that.
I don't think anyone can hear that. Yeah, there's an air horn somewhere.
In this office is still excited about Saturday night and the Knicks
why
win.
not? I mean, that's why I'm wearing blue.
Yes, I love it. And that's why I'm vaguely in orange. I don't know if this counts as orange.
That's definitely Knicks orange.
Yeah, okay, so there's maybe just pure exhaustion everywhere on this Monday, so break out the air horns. How are you talking to clients about the supply and demand dynamics of SpaceX? Because Matt and I were looking at the numbers. So you got about 555 million shares issued. After the lockup post-earnings, it's about 900 and something million. And then through the end of the year, slowly you get availability of something like 3 billion that insiders can sell. That's a lot of shares coming to market.
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of shares. But obviously there'll also be natural demand when it comes to inclusion in indices, which not all the rules, but some rules have been broken for it.
Yes, not S&P notably.
Not S&P. But I think you are going to have some natural demand. I think and everyone is necessarily going to sell just when they get their shares. There are some rules around when they can sell. They have to be sold at premiums. But I do think this is part of a bigger story, which is just that the cash cows of yore are now the cash users, and they are issuing a ton of debt. Yeah. If you look at just the 4 hyperscalers plus Oracle, 2 years ago, together they had like $360 billion of debt. Now it's over $650 billion of debt and climbing. And now equity issuance is coming.
Just as you were talking, I got an email announcing the launch of a ETF that targets 2 times daily returns of SpaceX. It feels like the whole kind of casinofication.
Single stock ETFs.
Yeah, I mean, they've been around forever. But like, I feel like you apply this to SpaceX.
Everything's a casino.
And someone from the FT wrote this piece today that was essentially like, there's no crying at the casino. Like, you can't get angry for what you're getting into right now with all this kind of stuff.
I mean, I think the other thing you have to look at is like on Friday we saw a ton of sales from space-related names like Rocket Lab and AST Mobile. Like, they were down a lot on Friday. So there is, there isn't endless supply necessarily from all buyers, and they have to make some moves away from things. And I do think the hyperscalers will be some, actually you'll get some capital moving away from that for it.
So people selling industry adjacent shares in order to make up, to free up some cash.
They were on Friday, not
SpaceX.
Today.
Right. By the way, we had a great story by Lou Wang and Carmen Reinecke about the fact that over the last couple of decades, we've seen $12 trillion in share buybacks. That's really been a tailwind to this equity market. It's like QE for stocks. And over the next couple of years, I think JP Morgan Chase expects $1.5 trillion of equity available for purchase coming back into this market. So going the other way. Is that
JP Morgan also calling for the largest prediction on the S&P 500 also by the end of the year. I think they're calling for like 8,800 or something like that on the S&P 500. Crazy these numbers. This just won't slow down, guys. They won't slow down. Again, money printer about to go burr, possibly 2. And that's they're actually looking at 9,000. What am I kidding? Holy crap, that's insane. All right. That's the current lineup. We do have it looks like Cliff is right. The S&P 500, the stock market will be closed on Juneteenth. That will be this Friday. So again, we're going to be seeing the closure of the war, and the crypto is going to be the only game in town on Friday. If that actually happens. Again, I don't trust either of these countries, myself, or ours, or of course Iran's officials on this matter. All right, let's go back into it. Right now, the S&P 500 is trading about 7,500, and and Bitcoin's trading about 66.7. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with the overall. The weather. The weather. How is the weather doing for Bitcoin? I'm excited to see this one, guys. All right, let's dive on in and see what's going on with the order books on Bitcoin. Again, looks wow, just face value, looks like a nice, bright and sunny day. Let's zoom on in and take a closer look. You guys, of course, can grab this for free via Kimba the White Snow Lion on YouTube. Again, don't pay for what you get for free. I've been, of course, utilizing his services for the last 5 or 6 years. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on. Overall volume is picking up for the bulls, 7.6 billion, but still kind of low, right? We've seen way better days, way more volatile and, better days around 20 to 21 billion. Hopefully those days are coming back soon. We're hitting a wall at 67,000 flat as of this morning. That's the only structure we have right now for the bears lining up. Bears possibly going to get wrecked by the mid-afternoon if this continues. 67.3, and then of course we're going to go to 68. Overall, like I said, at face value, this is looking pretty good. It looks like a very bright and sunny day. All levels, of course, on Bitcoin are getting more bullish. You can see every single major level adding up higher level, and right now getting a little bit even higher. And if you zoom in, you can see, of course, that little turtle head poking out at the American Open, which is unusual because usually, or of course, we're the first ones to dump it after all the big moves happen in the foreign market. You can see here in the last 48 hours, the foreign market has been, of course, pumping our bags into Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, we're still looking pretty good going into the week as of right now on the weekly as well. All time frames, guys, pretty much all time frames now starting to flip Bitcoin. Monthly has a little bit more to go. Obviously, we've been torn to pieces over the past month really. Ever since, of course, we pulled back from the April highs, that little bump we had at the very beginning of May, and of course the sell-off we've had the entirety of May into June. So as of right now, we see the biggest area that has been built up has been pretty much destroyed here at about 66, right? 66, 67, of course. Right now, we're about ready to test that. We should start to see a little bit more heavy resistance at about 70K, 69.9, 69.8. You guys know the drill. I always respect the 3s, the 6s, and the 8s right there at about 70K. It is possible these things don't go our way by Friday, right? Kevin Warsh should say something stupid too on his first day. That could, of course, affect markets and again push us back to maybe retest the lows of about 60,000 flat. That's about the only support we have left before the big one. That is 59.9, 59 flat as well. So those are still not off the table yet, but on the monthly, we're starting to clean things up a little bit on the monthly. It's not the worst we've seen, but it's not the best we've seen either. I would say right now the weekly and the daily are definitely showing promise for Bitcoin in the near future. We got to get through the month first, guys. We got to get through the month. We're only halfway there. Today, of course, being the 15th. All right, let's get back into the Doomberg. And let's take a look and see what Kramer and friends are doing, because it looks like that's working this morning now. Thank God, because last week was a shit show. Take a look, see what's going on with Kramer and friends on NBC. And then it doesn't work. It was just working this morning. I tested it. And it's broken. If you guys want to catch all the news outlets for free, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, you go to newslive.com. This is weird. It was just working.
It's not cheap, but it's absolutely necessary. Then you have
US and Iran agree to peace framework,
running a deficit of 6% and refinancing debt.
You guys just waking up right now.
First incurred at much lower interest rate. That's an enormous increase in the demand for capital market funds. Look at the supply side. Where is that going to come from? certain reliable suppliers, especially to the tech world, the sovereign wealth funds in the Gulf, are not able in the short term. They have reconstruction needs at home. The Bank of America's survey suggests that cash levels are pretty low. So the big hope is the retail sector. And that's why you saw this incredible emphasis in the SpaceX on the retail sector. Right. And I think that's going to be the question. Can the retail sector step up when these institutional
what is there in money
side...
markets? I mean,
WTI is at 80 right now, guys.
Although it always seems as though when I hear it, that ultimately we solve for it somehow, that we never seem to run out of capital in some way. I mean, your point is well taken, and I make it all the time in terms of certainly the biggest, most successful companies of all time that are now going to be running negative free cash flow as a result of all the spending. That said, I don't know, Mohammed, we always seem to find the money somewhere.
Oh, David, we will solve for it. I have an article out in the Financial Times today. We will solve for it. Is at what price do we solve for it?
Right.
That's the question. But I, like you, have enormous faith in the capital markets.
Speaking of money, and we always have money, it looks like, of course, liquidity is coming back into crypto after the war has started this rally. Right now sitting at almost 2.3 trillion, recovering, of course, from that low we saw last week of 2.05, the lowest we've seen so far this year in total market cap of crypto. Let's see how all the shitcoins are doing this morning. Almost at a full trillion now, guys. Between, of course, all the altcoins, including Bitcoin, on total. Crazy. A quick little bump there, and it's just begun. A lot of people are just waking up, processing all of this from, of course, going to bed last night. We do have, of course, what time is it? It's about 6:30 in the morning right now in California. So they're just processing things as well as they're getting out of bed. All right. Yes, Lowe's says, is it time to buy Miria yet? No. It's time to be you guys in the chat. Hashy Dragon says, sorry, Bears, no 55K. Sorry, Jake. Sorry. We tried. We really did. We really tried to get Jake his 55K. He's been calling for that, of course, for the last 8-9 months here on the channel. Absolutely insane. But he still sticks with it. He still does. I'm sorry, Jake. It's just not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen. Where the hell's my chart? Yeah, so that was another thing we wanted to resolve. See if it got resolved this morning. Oracle on, speaking of Jake, he was the one shouting out about it too. The Oracle on Coinbase was down for like the last 3 or 4 trading days. Last week, we didn't get any updates on any of the charts on Coinbase. It was terrible. It prevented me from doing my job. But yeah, this of course is Jake the Snake's little mound he's been sitting on, about 55,000, and it does not look like we're gonna get that anymore. Again, it's still possible this deal doesn't go through. Yada yada yada. We have something else. We have tariffs still coming around the pipeline at some point too. We have Warsh's statements on Wednesday. There's still things that can, of course, smash this down a little bit lower before the end of the month, but overall sentiment right now does not look like we're going to be seeing 55K yet this year. All right, let's get back into it. Let's take a look at the overall sentiment of the market, do a roundup on that. One more run through TradFi, make sure we're not missing anything breaking this morning from Bloomberg or CNBC.
Oh, there's others getting into it. The Rocket Lab upgrade, we don't cover Rocket Lab actually, and Firefly are the only 3 U.S. players in that game. And then obviously AI is going to be the biggest driver of future revenues for SpaceX.
My original, let's see if it's still on track. My original target for SpaceX was just a little bit of a rally going into the summer months, and then a pullback after maybe August, when of course crypto gets more of a spotlight. If the early investors are allowed to sell a majority of their holdings right around this particular date at the beginning of August, and then of course right around August we still have clarity possibly popping up and could take some more liquidity out of the steams of the sales on SpaceX. So right now SpaceX is trading about 172. So I'm gonna see how this plays out, but as of right now it's following it. Let's see if the simulation continues, guys. I am terrified of it. Okay, that's just my personal little game I'm having with SpaceX. You could dump before that too. All right, let's see what else we have. We're gonna go through the overall sentiment this morning, as Iran peace deal is possibly right around the corner. Right now, the stock market, sitting at 38 in fear. We were a hair away from extreme fear on the stock market on Friday, so I guess this is we're gradually coming back up. 38 in fear right now in the stock market. Again, this deal's not really official until it's signed on Friday. Looking at crypto fear and greed as well this morning. Again, we were sitting at, what, 11, 12 extreme fear on Friday. Now sitting at 20 in extreme fear. Almost back into fear, traditional fear. Hopefully by tomorrow, or tomorrow's foreign market open, we'll probably see back to normal fear. Hopefully in the 30s, all right? Hopefully in the 30s. Let's get back into the Dixie. How's the Dixie doing after all this news? It's just kind of flat, 99.5. It did slip from 100 last week, so I do like that. Of course, risk on assets now being a little bit more shined upon in good light after the war, as being discussed to be closed by the end of the week. All right, let's see anything else happening with bubbles. The bubbles, guys. One of the biggest movers on the day as the entire market explodes in a rally. 5% on average, top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to about 1,000. Almost an average of 5% move on every single asset in our space. Let's take a look and see what's going on today. The top movers. It looks like everything's just a nice spread. A nice spread. Near's looking at 17%. WorldCoin's up 20%. Bonk, guys, is up 13%. We haven't seen Bonk move in a while. Holy snikes. Wow. Doge, Pepe, all the big ones, of course, all your favorites, all the memes, of course, front running the rally. Zcash up another 24% coming out of that, bad PR from the hack. Let's see, a beat is the only thing down today on the top 100, a significant amount, 24.8% on beat. That's where a lot of the silly liquidity was heading into, of course, last week. Let's get into the weekly. The biggest movers on the week still are Humanity. Humanity had a huge pump. I think it's like over 2,000% in the last month. It's at 50% now, only holding on the month. Wow. I thought Humanity had like 1,000 or more. DXE down 18%. It ran about 50% on the month. And Lab is down another 22% on the week. I had a 100% run in the last month as well. There's hardly anything oversold right now, guys. On the weekly, we only have three assets, EXE, Lab, and Humanity. The only thing that's oversold, in my opinion. Looking at the monthly, we're looking for 30%, and there's not a damn thing in sight anymore. We have a few runners up, but there's not a single asset except for Bitcoin Cash, which I still don't know who the hell is buying this damn thing. I don't know who's buying Bitcoin Cash. Let me know, and let me know why in the chat if you are. But other than that, there's not a single other asset that's oversold 30% or more on the top 100 on the monthly. We have some runner-ups. SWE still off about 23%. A nice pump on SWE today too. I think it's 82 now. 82 cents now, guys. We hit 6.7. And we bounced to 82. Again, my sweet bags are looking pretty happy today. Let's see, Aave, there's nothing. Anything else closer to 30? Is that it? Just SWE, Avalanche, also next to SWE near market cap, 25.2. So we got those two there, runner-ups. Aptos, 26%. Again, we're looking for. We're looking for grabbing for straws right now. And the most oversold asset, believe it or not, other than Bitcoin Cash, is still ADA. ADA's still down 26.1% on the monthly. There you go, guys. That's the top 100 run up. Let's take a look and see what the top 200 is doing here on the daily. What's the biggest movers? Velvet's down 13%. As that thing just moved into and exploded into the top 100 last week with a huge move. This is probably the one I was thinking of. No, it's still only 188% on the monthly showing now. I could have sworn that was 1,000 or more too. So that was Velvet, now down only 15% here on the day. Gwei had that big pullback. We already mentioned it. Andy in the chat said he bought some. And you know what? It's the only thing right now on a single day that I would buy as well. So I'm going to buy some with you guys here on the moment. Let's do this. Are you guys feeling Gwei today? Are you feeling great today? Still sitting around 14.8. 14.8. About the same spot we saw we opened up for the morning live. I'm just gonna buy 1,000. I'm just gonna buy maybe 10,000. Nah, just 1,000. I'll just buy 1,000. I gotta be a good boy and keep saving for my trip. If you guys are not aware of it yet, I am right now selling every single thing I own in existence to make a move to South Asia. I'll be moving to Thailand by the end of the year. That is the plan. And I have to have a lot of money sitting in my bank account for embassy. All right. So yeah, I just got my order in on the SWE. I'm not on SWE. ETH gas. All right. Gwei. The only thing, of course, in my opinion, is worth right now buying on the daily. Looking at the weekly on the top 200. Again, we're looking for assets that are 15% oversold, and there's only one coin. It's FF Falcon Finance, having a bit of a tumble today on the week. 21% off on Falcon Finance. Guys, there's nothing right now. There's not a damn thing in sight that's oversold on all time frames except for the big one, the top 200 on the monthly. Still having some weakness in here a little bit. We got Bill down to 49%. We have XTZ 31%, IP 36%. Again, IP Story still has not recovered yet, guys. IP Story now sitting at 32 cents. It is up from their lows or extreme lows of like 27, 28. Really nowhere near there. Remember, we were like trending right around that 50-cent level. Chili's 44.5%. Syrups 33.6%. There's a lot of pain here in the top. Right now, the only place I would tell you to look for some pain to buy some blood would be the monthly on the top 200. That is it, guys. Again, beyond that, that's all up to you. If you want, of course, take the risk and risk it for the biscuit in the top 200, the top 300, the top 400, etc., etc. Even these coins here aren't even showing weakness on the monthly. Not that kind of crazy weakness like the top 200 has. There's only like 3 coins here that are, of course, oversold here on the top 300. Siren's now sitting in the top 300 now, guys. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. 80% off right now in the month. Wow, really has fallen. Of course, more of the liquidity is going to go into actual use case at some point, and it looks like we're starting to do that right now. All right, guys, of course, not financial advice. It's just my 2 cents for the morning. Good morning, and buy some of the pain.
I'd buy that for $1.
Let's get backtracked to yet some more TradFi. See what's going on with
now
Bloomberg.
$173 a share. Salesforce gaining big as well after an acquisition. So in this up market, no one minds if you spend $3.6 billion to buy Fin. Warner Brothers isn't moving much, but just to show you that it's not down because regulators don't mind the merger. Roku is coming off 2.5%, which is interesting because it's the one getting bought by Fox, which itself is down 20%. So that's a deal that Danny's going to give you more on right now.
Yes, I would say Roku, Bloomberg did have a report that this would happen on Friday, and Roku was up 20% then. So
buy the rumor.
Yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. And we are selling Fox hard. That's actually on track for its worst day ever. Let's talk about it with Bloomberg Intelligence media analyst Geetha Raghunathan, who joins us now. Geetha.
All right, we don't want to do all this again. We did all this before with the Warner Brothers buyout, whatever. Netflix thing. Netflix. What was it? I already forgot. Yeah, Warner Bros. Studios. Okay, yeah, that thing. Let's get back to the CNBC, see what's going on over there with Kramer and friends. We didn't see Kramer this morning yet. And they are on break. It is working today, though, guys. So I'm happy that's working today, at least. We had some issues with that last week. It was like down for like 3 days. All right. Let's see what's going on with, TradFi news. We can get back into TradFi news and crypto news, of course, out the gate here in about 5 minutes. Yeah, it's early enough. Late enough. We'll do it. We'll just get into crypto news next. We already covered, of course, the big ones this morning. All right, let's get into Cointelegraph. Of course, Michael Saylor buys another 1,587 Bitcoin, about $100 million, of course, for their holdings. Now sitting at 846.8 thousand Bitcoin. And again, everyone had some fears that he was going to be selling more than 30 coins. Let's see what's going on here. CFTC sues New Mexico over prediction markets. Aztec Connect's abandoned smart contract exploited for $2.1 million. Bitcoin mining difficulty drops 10%, the 11th largest downward adjustment on record. Ethereum can quantum proof accounts for just 7 cents, says Ethereum's founder, Vitalik? No. Ethereum's Kohaku lead, of course, in the newest update, Kohaku. All right, Ethereum could begin adding post-quantum protections to the accounts for as little as 7 cents without waiting for a hard fork. Wow, without waiting for a hard fork. All right, that's big news out today. but we already know that they've been working on privacy, of course, for the last 3 months, or maybe 6 months, towards the end of last year when the whole, of course, privacy coin frenzy started. Japan's BitBank cracks down on Polymarket's linked transfers. Tokenization could push DeFi assets to 2.7 trillion by 2030. Coming from Standard Chartered. Wow, they're putting their money where their mouth is now. All right, driven by tokenization and crypto growth, says Standard Chartered. The expansion would be driven by the tokenized real-world assets and crypto-native asset moving through the on-chain protocol, says Jeff Kendrick, head of the digital assets research at Standard Chartered. He says the research note on Monday, I think it's the next opportunity of generational wealth in digital assets going to come via the DeFi protocols. Kendrick said, I estimate that the amount of tokenized assets active in DeFi will 37x by the end of the decade. According to Kendrick, only 3% of stablecoins and 10% of tokenized world assets are currently used in DeFi. He predicts the share of the tokenized assets used in DeFi will be raised by 30% by the end of 2030, from about 3.5% today. All right, of course. Just reminding you that the first ones off the gate that are going to move are going to be related to, very, very hardly related to DeFi. ETH futures flash bearish signals. Bitcoin rallied to 70k builds as order book structure highlights traders' confidence, as I showed you this morning in the order books. That's what I see too. Anything else? Trump says Iran peace deal to be signed Sunday. Contracting Tehran. That was, of course, just 2 days ago. We're getting a lot of back and forth, really weird stuff last night, and of course the nights prior, Saturday and Friday, over here on X, from a lot of people saying that Iran was saying no, we don't agree with the deal, and Tehran saying no, they don't agree with the deal, and then U.S. saying yes, we agree with the deal, and Pakistan saying yes, Iran and U.S. agree with the deal. Do we even really know? I guess the big takeaway here is that some of these ships are actually moving. That's the big takeaway. Like, that kind of leans more to, yes, we have this freaking deal. I just don't trust either of these countries. All right, let's get back into more crypto news. Let's jump over to TradFi one more time, though. Make sure not missing anything else possibly breaking. Bloomberg's on break, speaking of which, and CNBC. Haven't seen Kramer this morning.
Sciences. NASDAQ.
Know why you should buy this $40.
And they're on break too. All right, we're getting back into more crypto news. Let's see what else we could dig into. I do like cryptonews.net in the morning on Mondays as well. U.S. and Iran deal lifts equities, sends oils lower, while crypto stays wary. As of 3 hours ago, it's kind of moved over that idea. XRP rockets 8% above $1.20. The first major breakout since the June sellout. Everything is going up. Everything. I just showed you. There's not a single damn thing in the top 100 oversold right now. Let's take a look and see what's going on here on XRP's chart. $1.23 on XRP. Again, coming up on some of these crazy lows we have not seen since before February. So that was going back to the lows we hadn't seen since 2024? 2024 on XRP. All right, anything else? Bitmine adds another 136 million of Ethereum after raising another 274 million in preferred stocks. Wow, he's doubling down and outperforming Sailor on his buys now. Bitmine purchased 76,881 Ethereum, worth roughly $136 million at the current prices. The firm recently closed a 274 million preferred stock offering and plans to list the shares on the New York Stock Exchange. Chairman Tom Lee says that Bitmine's Ethereum staking revenue provides support for the preferred equity dividend payments. Of course, he's going to be doing that copycat strategy from Sailor. That's coming soon. Hasn't, of course, launched yet. Shiba Inu whales choose suppression. $4 billion in 4 billion in 24-hour inflows are recorded from Sheeb. Damn, that just came out an hour ago too. Looks like Sheeb's on the rise again as well. There's other memes I showed you guys. The biggest meme right now moving is Bonk. It's Bonk. Hutchinson says Cardano will surpass Bitcoin, but critics aren't convinced. He said that like 2 months ago. Why are they talking about that now? That was an old statement he made. Like, hey, it'll be number one, guys. It'll be number one. That was the first downturn that of course, ADA had before losing the top 10 Might have actually lost the top 10 when he made that statement. In recent commentary, Hoskinson argued that sustained investment and community support could help Cardano achieve the milestone of overtaking Bitcoin. In his view, the continued ecosystem growth would... I don't see the growth now. How's Cardano doing, man? It's still the most oversold right now on the top 100. I just showed you that on the bubbles. Not looking good. Let's see. Did they get... how much of a recovery did they get out of the gate here? 18 cents. Well, still less than a quarter on Cardano. Up from a low of 14 on that biggest fear we had coming out the gate at the beginning of the month in June. So not quite as quick of a recover as the other assets as of right now. Only 26% up from the bottom. Compare that to XRP right now. It might be similar. A lot of users, I guess, a lot of confidence has been lost. Wow, it's more than XRP. I'm surprised there. Let's take a look at Bitcoin in general, because the Bitcoin, of course, had a decent pump as well. About 10-12%. That's pretty big for that market cap. Insane compared to XRP or Cardano. Let's see something else. How about Render? Render was pretty oversold too at one point, but still doing pretty well comparatively. Yeah, that's 26% up. Still, outpacing Cardano a little bit. How about BitTensor? Someone asked in the chat earlier, what do I think about BitTensor? I think it's one of the best AI plays we still have for long-term investment. That's my 2 cents about it. We got to catch up in the chat too. Yeah, BitTensor had a pretty good bounce as well from these recent lows. 60% now. Holy shit! Wow! Whoa! Crazy! Winning? No, winning. So much. Jeez. All right, guys, we got to get back to the chat. How we doing? Bitcoin slipping a little bit. 66,200. This morning right now. How we doing? Sorry, Dragons. Good morning. Of course, our favorite flavor of Dragons, strawberry. Good morning, Chaos. Good morning, strawberry. Lo says, is it time to buy Miria yet? No, don't ever touch that. Ever again. Guys, I just got done saying, after reading that interview from Standard Charter, you'll want to, of course, be in DeFi, not in meme coins, not in gaming, not in, silly stuff. Cats, dogs, frogs, etc. Make sure you are, of course, getting some exposure. Have a diverse portfolio. And, have an AI play, have a DeFi play, maybe have a privacy coin play. Even though I still think privacy is going to be a little bit, overestimated how high that's going to get involved again. Crypto Quint says, can't stick around. Have a great day, guys. Have a good one, guys. Good GG. EXRP. Good game. Actually, Dragon. Yes. Coincidence? Market close boom and doom before the market opens. Piece is closed. Yeah, I agree with you. It is kind of coincidental that we're going to be getting that signing when the stock market's going to be closed on Friday. It may not actually be real. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Cliff. I don't trust America or Iran, either of them. All their statements have been false on both sides for months. Los also got a clip here from a YouTube short. Let's take a look from Los. What the hell is this?
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man.
Oh my God. And that was said at the White House at the UFC event on Friday. Was that Friday? I didn't get to watch it. It was pretty crazy though. They had that UFC set up, the White House lawn. It rivaled the size and scale of the White House. Yeah, this freaking thing, insane. And they had motorcycles doing stunts and crazy crap. It was definitely America. The only thing I think it was absent were guns, right? America. Right, let's see what else we have in the chat. Los, thank you. That one, Los, is ridiculous. You also got another one here I missed earlier. You might have pushed it twice. I gotcha. Andy's got another one for us too. What do we got this morning, Andy? Just in, Trump announces oil ships are now moving out of the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, they are. Yes, we are. We covered that as well. The first ship was an Indian vessel, and crypto Twitter, of course. Was moving that news through our fingers, of course, before the morning open. Good morning, Joy. Happy Joy. It's a pretty good day to be happy Joy. Yes, it is.
You're happy enough. I'll teach you to be happy. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
Yes. Guys are not happy enough this morning. Good morning, Joy. Thank you again for bringing a smile to all of our faces. Hope you're having a great day so far. Yeah, happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. I know you got a case on the Mondays, but today is a good Monday. All right. Let's get back to TradFi. Make sure we're not missing anything else. Again,
intelligence.
Back and forth into crypto news as well. We're getting some good stuff this morning. All right, CNBC. Anything over here?
Now we're only after Iran begins
wow, they're
to
already
destroy
getting in
its highly
Geneva
enriched
coverage.
uranium. So clearly,
a whole
thorny
week.
issues, all of the most difficult things that got the U.S. into this war in the first place aren't really being resolved here. They're being left for this next 60 days.
Okay, thank you very much. Megan Casella in Geneva, awaiting President Trump's arrival after a long night of travel. Obviously, the oil prices are down sharply. They're hopeful that this deal will lead to more progress. We're down to $80 a barrel on WTI. And
might break 80
that's
today.
good news for Kevin Warsh, who has his first meeting as Fed chair
Yes,
this week.
I just said the coincidence on that is
on
insane.
Wednesday. I think the market is telling you that the fact that there's a deal on the table here decreases the odds that he has to be super hawkish, talking about higher interest rates. You're seeing buying of bonds right now. That's really been the story over the last few weeks. We interestingly got some comments already from the European Central Bank President, Christine Lagarde. She was in a radio interview today, and she was talking about oil prices, and she welcomed the deal.
Maybe she's going to regret that
but
rate
also,
hike you just did.
here's how she thinks about it as a central banker. She said, effects of inflation, we have absolutely started to see that more or less everywhere in recent weeks. When we start to feel second round of effects bubble up, which are risks of wage increases in particularly, we necessarily have to take measures, talking about future interest rate hikes there. If this news is confirmed, she talked about the Iran deal. By developments in the coming days and the signature of a memorandum of understanding, it's good news. We can only welcome it, above all, if it means reopening and demining the Strait of Hormuz. Remember, guys, Europe actually raised interest rates last week for the first time since 2023. They have a single mandate, which is just inflation. Warsh has a double mandate, which is to keep, yes, inflation in check, but also keep a strong jobs market.
All right, and they're just waiting for President Trump to get off the plane. The original plan was he was going to sign the peace deal in Geneva today, but we're pushing this out to Friday. This screams like something, not sincere. It just screams non-sincerity to me. That we have to wait till Friday to get that particular thing signed. Stock market, of course, is closed. They've called it for Juneteenth on Friday. Weird. I had no idea that thing commanded so much. That particular event, again, they're all made up holidays, right? Everything's a made up holiday. Christmas, Easter's, all the Halloweens, all those are all made up American holidays for the most part for capitalism. Juneteenth, stock market closed. That is, I guess, happening. That is happening. That's what at least we got this morning. Stock market will be closed on Juneteenth. Will be observed on the 19th, which is this Friday. All right, coincidence? This seems like it's planned. And again, right into the end of the month. He always does this shenanigans on Fridays. All right, gotta break the wrist and walk away, says Pat Stackham's. Top of the morning to the Chaos crew. Good morning, Pat. Thanks for stopping on by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the things down below, guys. Of course, help me out. I would really appreciate it. Cliff says, to me, it would scream, the warring parties agreed to meet up to discuss. Time will tell. Pat Stackham's got a little short for us as well before he leaves. What in the world is this? I hate how there's no audio on this? I guess not. There we go.
One chance, people. Give me your best shot. Okay, now watch this. I'm just gonna break the wrist and walk away. Break the wrist, walk away.
Jeez.
Now, I want you to kick me. Come on, kick me. Okay, do it again. Do it again.
Ouch.
Okay, you block it every time. Have a seat.
America. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, let's get back to it. All right, let's see what else we have on Doomberg.
Say shares right now down about 2%. Just got to keep in mind that Roku did rally quite a bit on Friday when Bloomberg reported that they were in some of these talks, not breaking down the sales, but up 20% on that day. So investors giving back.
And we're still talking about Roku and Fox, of course. Deal. What's about we didn't see Kramer this morning.
As a proxy for how Americans are feeling and spending on gas prices during that time frame as well. And again, U.S. really stands out compared to Japan, for instance, and the Middle East. It's relatively stable and still showing growth. So just something that the Fed can keep in mind that makes it easier for them to sort of wait and see what the impact is going to be.
Yeah, kind of brings us back to what the airline and cruise stocks
We're
are
still
doing
waiting
today.
for Trump
We
to
mentioned
walk
Delta
out
at an
of the
all-time
plane.
high after everything we've been through in the Middle East. Now, you could argue they have premium audience and maybe less exposure to the region, but an airline at an all-time high today says something about where we are.
Yeah, I mean that's demand story. It's also jet fuel story. As the price has gone up, that increases their costs as well. So this makes it easier. But I think overall, what we've seen, especially at the high end, and thanks in part to what.
Good morning, Super Danny. Good morning. Good morning.
It's been a decent story.
Meantime, joining us to talk more about this market rally, at least this morning at Post 9, is Torsten Slok, chief economist at Apollo, joins us here. T, it's great to see you again. Welcome. What's your thought?
All right. Let's go to crypto Twitter. Let's do some doom scrolling. I think we pretty much exhausted the news. The rally, it's still ongoing. Again, we have to wait till the intraday trading really starts to begin in about two and a half hours. Watcher Guru says just in $150 million worth of shorts liquidated from the crypto market following the U.S.-Iran peace deal agreement. Overall volume is still flat though. It's still kind of meh. Right, we already looked at, of course, the order books on Bitcoin. Only seen about $7 or $8 billion, of course, in the bull's favor, against $7 billion, of course, in the bear's favor. These sorts of events usually command like 10, 12, 20, 22, 25 billion dollars on both sides. Maybe the foreign market could really get this thing rolling. Maybe tonight. Most of them have, of course, been the ones really pushing that threshold. All right, let's get back to it. Back to more doom scrolling. Looking at Bitcoin Magazine saying Justin Microseller, of course, bought more Bitcoin. We already covered that this morning, $100 million worth of this morning. Justin, as a response to Iran's foreign minister, the Israel's claim that they will not withdraw from Lebanon. We know that Israel never takes any action without consultation and direct coordination with America. Therefore, we hold America directly responsible if it fails to force Israel to submit to its obligations as part of the MOU with necessary consequences. All right, we'll see if they want to actually play along with all of this. James Safert says crypto ETF strategy may shift toward active management. As advisors look beyond Bitcoin, he expects the demand to increase for products and professionally pick for other crypto assets like AVAX, Avalanche, Binance, and Hype. All right. President Trump says the current financial system is outdated and will soon be replaced by state-of-the-art, of course, crypto framework. White House eyes July 4th passage for the Clarity Act. I don't know how they're going to do that. We still haven't got freaking time on the floor yet. We scheduled the calendar out for some Clarity talks, but we still have like some other pressing things we have to get passed before Clarity can get back on the board again this month. Hopefully we get a day this week to debate. Hopefully get it past the Congress and then back to the Senate again. It's still held up in ethics from what what we understand. Let's see. President Trump announced that the ships are starting to move out of the Strait of Hormuz. Many loaded up with oil following the historic agreement. This is from Fox News 60 minutes ago, but we've already started to see the ships start to move overnight. Last night, Stripe has bought an estimated $4.7 million worth of Bitcoin. Public companies are now not slowing down. Again, neither should you. This is, of course, following VCs, man. Just in the U.S. to release $12 billion in frozen assets to Iran. That's about half of the agreed amount they already took. They took about $24 billion. Again, that's only about half. This is part of the agreement. So, coming from Bricks News, seems like we're starting to, of course, put it in our side of the deal. Latest Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says the company expects to end 2026 with $1 billion in revenue run rate, not including the XRP on the balance sheet. I'm not going to get into all that again. All right, just in UK Prime Minister Starmer announces social media ban for children under 16. It's a big step for our country. Social media is making our children unhappy and unsafe. I can't let this go anymore. The real change for our children and our future. Yeah, I couldn't believe what was happening in not only the UK, but in Ireland last week. From what you guys showed me on the Patreon lives, again, we can't show that stuff here on YouTube. It was atrocious to see, of course, what happened to their country. And hopefully they get their shit together and don't allow these refugees to just waltz on in. Breaking: the Iran Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baqiq. According to the MOU, Iran will be responsible for managing passage to the Strait of Hormuz in coordination with Oman. Iran is not seeking to impose tools. However, in return for navigational services, environmental protection, insurances, and other maritime services, Iran will collect the necessary fees. Possibly in Bitcoin. Not in dollars again. They'll never do it in dollars again after what happened, of course. They sanctioned, the $24 billion. Taken, of course, via Tether, USDC. I don't know which one they were using particularly. Investors in 2000 were right about the internet, and of course were ignoring the. I don't know where they're going with that. This is simply Bitcoin, of course, telling you everyone's ignoring Bitcoin. All right, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says, "I'm as bullish as ever on Bitcoin and long term as always." This is from Brian Armstrong, of course, the head of Coinbase.
I think Bitcoin is the new digital gold. I think it's going to be a key part of our economy going forward into the future. So I'm as bullish as ever. I think sometimes people look at these 4-year cycles that Bitcoin goes through as well, where you can kind of see the percentage of people who have made money versus not. And my instinct is we probably have bottomed at this point, maybe at the 60K number, but nobody can say for sure, of course.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Michael Saylor is saying. That's what, of course, a lot of TradFi and VCs are saying.
I'm optimistic as always. I think by 2030 we're going to have a much higher price, and I'm long Bitcoin just like always.
Same. All right. So it looks like we're pretty much all caught up. You can see as we double check everything here on the channel, over on Crypto Twitter, and nothing else is really breaking, guys. Big news, of course, this morning, if you're sleeping under a rock, Iran, the peace deal is going to be signed on Friday, allegedly.
Of understanding out there, and allegedly. That is moving markets.
And we do have oil down to about $80. We have crypto up. Now Bitcoin's testing again 66,500 this morning. And all is well with the world for at least the last 24 hours. All right. Good morning, Pump and Dump Day. Pump and Dump Day, says Danny. We'll see what happens with the foreign market open. I'd imagine just by looking at the overall volatility of the markets, not too crazy yet. Overall volume in Bitcoin still low, in my opinion, for news like this today. I would imagine the foreign market's going to have more fun than we are. We'll wait and see, but usually that's the case. By, of course, the time we get into our foreign market open live, 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. Of course, we cover the news all day. Throughout, of course, the courses of the open here in the United States, the American Open and the foreign market open tonight at 8 p.m. If you guys want some more of what I have to dish out, you can always join the Patreon Live. We do have a Patreon Live tonight as well. It's an exclusive show that's only for you guys over there. We run for a few hours after the live stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After 9:30 p.m., immediately after the show is concluded, we jump over there. And it seems like the news is really starting to pop now too, guys. I'm excited to see where we are by the end of the week. All right, and again, it's only $15 a month to join the Chaos crew and hang out with us over there. Let's take a look and see what else is going on with some of these other coins in our market. Some of our darlings we talked about this morning, one of them being Gwei, oversold this morning. I mean, huge pullback. Have you guys caught some of this wick? Looks like Andy across the pond did buy some of this wick. I bought some live with you guys here on the channel when we started the morning open at about 14.8, right? 14.8. And now it's starting to wick back up to about 15, possibly 15.5, 15.7 if it wants to get back on the rails, which it does look like it wants to. Again, this has pretty much been nothing but up since it launched. We, of course, have been trading this thing like crazy on my Patreon. So it could be another big move, big day for Ethereum and Gwei. Ethereum also now at 1,800, guys. 1,800 back on Ethereum. It's got to get back about $2 grand though. It's got to get back on the rails. But typically we do start to see this happen with Gwei. This is the lowest I think it's been since February. We're trying to get back above our February lows right now, and resistance is hit right now as we speak. All right, so today could be a make or break moment for the markets, especially in crypto. Overall, all the shit coins are starting to pop. I mentioned this earlier. We're almost about ready to break 1,000. Basically, we're about to hit 1 trillion on all the shit coins, of course, outside of Bitcoin. Every coin outside of Bitcoin. That could be where we get back on the rails again by the end of the week. That'll be a positive outlook, of course, for crypto. I still expect us to see a little bit more volatility to the downside. We still have the Fed chair on Wednesday, right? There's, of course, a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news events going into the end of the month. So a little more pain maybe, but I think for the most part, this could be the beginning of the bottom. And, of course, we've been calling for this area as a potential bottom signal for about a month and a half now. So where the hell's my chart? God, too many damn charts, guys. Too many damn charts. I think it was this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, it's not loading my other dot. Okay. Yeah, trading views still on fritz. Yeah, it's still on the fritz. What the hell? There we go. Yeah, there it is. Oh man, do I have to go all the way to the 4 hour? There we go. There we go. Still calling for this double bottom. It did hit my target again, like 2 weeks earlier. Yeah, 2 weeks earlier than originally intended on our bear case scenario. So this could be the beginning of the recovery. We got to get above 68,000, 69K. We got to get back above 69K. That is the big number, really. That's the previous all-time high from 2021, guys. This is the longest we've ever. This is the first time ever we've been under the previous all-time highs, and of course we just keep adding days to it. Every time we're under, what is it, 63K. So we haven't hit 63K all but one day, additional to what we had before. If you haven't seen me do that rant, I'm not gonna do it again, guys. I'm gonna spare you. I'm gonna spare you this morning. All right, let's get back in the chat. I'm just ranting now. Pat Stackums, good morning, good morning. It's a pump and dump day. Possibly, we'll see what happens in the in the afternoon, but as of right now, the overall market looks like it wants to continue to rally into the afternoon today. I would say maybe by tomorrow afternoon we could start to see a pullback, right? For that, buy the rumor, sell the news on the first Fed chair speech on Wednesday. All right. I think that's pretty much it, guys. We pretty much exhausted the news. Let's double check and make sure there's nothing else breaking some of these headlines. Let's double check over on CoinDesk, maybe. Maybe there's something else we may have not seen yet. Trump live markets Bitcoin jumps 66,000. A short squeeze builds on U.S.-Iran deal hopes. So that's 11 minutes ago. Ceasefire in April closed, and U.S. strikes broke a second truce on June 9th, with Bitcoin giving back the entire move both times. The Iran enters Europe. Completion of the Nostrum acquisition for the AI infrastructure growth. Iran has completed its acquisition of the Spain-based Nordstrom Group, making its entry in the European AI infrastructure markets. All this is happening, of course, today as well. Bitcoin hovers above 66K as Nasdaq jumps 2.5% this morning. Oil, of course, drops 15-20 bucks. Here's why Bitcoin could stabilize around 65K, which is a key area. We don't want to lose that again, or else we're going to be retesting 59. Let's see. This makes dealer hedging flows. So Bitcoin's bounced from the lows, which represents a significant concentration of the open interest in both calls and puts, making it a structurally important zone for the market, according to the analytics from Glassnode. This marks the deal hedging flows supported for stability. Market makers adjusting their positions to manage risk often creates a natural stabilizing effect around the cluster. Following a period of elevated volatility, the dynamic can help the market consolidate and reduce sharp swings. As price moves into these zones, dealer hedge flows can become more supportive, helping stabilize the market in the period of elevated volatility, according to Glassnode. Strategy buys another 1,587 Bitcoin. This is the third time we've mentioned that here on the channel this morning. Michael Saylor, of course, buying the dip. Bitcoin tops 66K as rising open interest and negative funding continue to short squeeze. Brian Armstrong says Bitcoin has most likely bottomed at 60K. We also played that clip here this morning as well. Head of the markets, Levitas warns I don't know. Warns the crypto rally needs more than a short squeeze. Crypto equities surge in the pre-market trading as Bitcoin rallies. Cathie Wood sold to buy a SpaceX, and that is a problem for Bitcoin. ARK Invest bought roughly 3.29 million shares of SpaceX on Friday, the day the Elon Musk company went public in the largest IPO ever. The buy was worth more than 500 million by the end of the day across the ARK shares ETFs. Of course, Cathie Wood's always going to jump into disruptive innovation, and SpaceX, of course, is one of those. Crypto-related equities are also advanced strategy, and their holder, of course, Bitcoin rose 6%, yada yada. Crypto equities surge in the pre-market trading as Bitcoin rallies. Cathie Wood sold, I think that's where I was. I don't know why it jumped up. Copper is surging on the Iran deal as well, so that's another headline we have not seen yet. Looks like copper climbed as much as 1.4% after U.S. and Iran announced an interim deal to halt the war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. How are the rest of the metals markets doing? Took a look at silver and gold this morning. Silver's up, looks like 3. Yeah, good 3 or 4%. Yeah, looking like we're starting to see a rally on silver, attempting to get back on the rails as well. 72. I see some more resistance right around 72. Try to attempt to get back on the the rails. Same thing with gold. Seem doing the same thing as well. It's got to get back above 4,500 basically. Really get back on those rails in any significant fashion to start that that rally again on the metals. All right, let's see. An S&P 500 right now sitting at 7,500, damn near all-time highs yet again. Huge gap there though. All right, Bitcoin right now sitting at 66,500. All right, guys, we're winding down the news. Anything else happening over here on Doomberg?
Is the upcoming midterm elections historically the party out of favor, in this case the Democrats, regain an average of 27 seats in a midterm election. Republicans have a very narrow lead right now with 5 seats. So investors at some point are going to start to ask themselves the question, if we do get a change in control of the House of Representatives come the midterm elections, what might that mean in terms of a change in fiscal policy, and what might the impact be on economic growth, corporate earnings growth, financial market performance? Historically, those two sets of questions, election-related questions and Fed-related questions, tend to result in an air pocket over the summer of the midterm election year. Remains to be seen whether or not that will play out again this year, but I think the market will be paying attention to that.
Yes. We'll be paying attention, and we'll probably be paying attention to nothing getting done, of course, if the Republicans lose the midterms. Yeah, more than likely going to affect clarity, push it down the road. Although we do have a lot of members on both sides, and I think if the Democrats do see a win, they'll probably, of course, capitulate anyway with clarity. I'm not too worried about that. Let's see what else we got. We got Genius done. Okay, let's continue. We got the ethics concerns. I think that's still the biggest concern we have. With the sitting president and his family still investing a lot into crypto. Okay, all right. Let's see anything else happening, guys. I think this is it. I think this is pretty much it. We pretty much went into all the headlines this morning, covered all the news. President Trump now arrives in Europe.
Up next, we'll talk about this $22 billion deal for Roku and what Fox hopes to get out of it.
And that's all we're hearing this morning. It's going to be another one of those. Another one. We went through an entire 2 months of Netflix deal, Warner Brothers, Netflix. All right. We're going to do the same thing now with Fox and Roku. All right, guys. I think that's all I got. Thanks again for coming on out and, of course, supporting the channel and the chaos. Braveheart McFreedom, leaving with Braveheart McFreedom. Guys, get out there, touch some of that grass, and enjoy your freedom. Brought to you by Braveheart McFreedoms. And Brondo. Yeah, because it has electrolytes, and that's what the plants crave. God. You guys teasing with that on the Patreon the other night, too. Idiocracy, guys. We're living in an idiocracy. All right. I'll see you guys again tonight, of course, for some more Crypto Chaos. 8 p.m. Eastern, of course. 7 Central, right? I'll see you guys all again soon. So soon, you know I'll be gone.
When will then be now? Soon.
Later, guys. Later. Have a great day. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my key. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh! You might want to ignore wrong and let me huddle forever more and more and more and more and more. I'm on board. Hollywood shop in the door. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
Don't forget, we also do our Patreon live tonight, guys. Of course, after the 8 p.m. live stream, we do it every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30. That's right, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, where you too, of course, could be a part of the action. I'll see you guys again tonight. I can't wait to see where we are. Bitcoin sitting at 66.5. Got you all on the other side. Later. Later.